Beethoven is really famous as a composer for so many different genres, but British folk song arrangements, not really one of the things we know him for. I feel he's the least appreciated of his compositions.
And bright as my spirit.
In 1806, Beethoven was approached by a collector and publisher from Edinburgh called George Thomson. And Thomson was trying to promote and elevate the reputation of Scottish music in the world, and also to go one better than all the other folk song arrangement collections that were being made around the time. By the time Beethoven had finished, he had set 179 folk songs, and most of them are in English, even though he'd never set foot in the British Isles.
Of my heart, and she lives in our alley. There's not a lady in the land that's half so sweet as Sally.
There were two things which really irritated Beethoven in his working relationship with Thomson. One was that the publisher would often send him melodies without texts, and then commission texts for the finished arrangements from celebrated Scots poets, people like Walter Scott and Robert Burns. But Beethoven got even more annoyed when Thomson repeatedly asked him to simplify the instrumental parts, because he said they were too difficult for the amateur bourgeois market at which he was aiming this collection. Beethoven wrote in a letter to Thomson, I'll quote, "I am not accustomed to retouching my compositions. I have never done so, certain of the truth that any partial change alters the character of the composition. I am sorry that you are the loser, but you cannot blame me, since it was up to you to make me better acquainted with the taste of your country and the little facility of your performers." Ouch. Anyway, when the arrangements didn't sell as well as Thomson had hoped, he complained, "Beethoven composes for posterity." Well, thank God he did. We made the recording with Cynthia Roberts and Alan Ware on period violin and cello, which are stringed with gut, and Christoph Hammer playing a copy of a Walter forte piano from around 1800. This combination of instruments makes it possible to create really amazing colours and atmospheres, which Beethoven would have been very familiar with. For example, in the introduction to the song Sunset, the piano uses the so-called moderator pedal, which puts a layer of felt between the hammers and the strings, which makes a really unearthly, haunting sound, rather like a harp. As a big contrast, the last song on the album, Bonnie Laddie, Highland Laddie, the instruments are suddenly a regiment of drummers and pipers on their way back from battle. All kinds of different textures and colours are possible with these instruments.
Where got he that silver moon, Bonnie Laddie, Highland Laddie, printing broiler bells.
The beautiful instrumental settings that Beethoven made of these Scottish folk songs are real gems. The genius of Beethoven set small, and I think they took the genre to a whole new level.
Wine, 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 come bring me wine to cheer me, friend on my heart, come pledge me high. Wine till the dreams of youth again are near me, why must he leave me to